From This Corner with John Ball is brought to you by KNEO 91.7 The Word.
Welcome into From This Corner. From This Corner is a product of KNEO Radio, and it is geared towards making Neosho, hence Newton County, a better place. And someone else who's become a regular guest for us is Laurie Lyerla. Laurie is... Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I want to tell everybody you are the CEO of Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce.
That is so fancy, but yes, that is my position.
Yeah, and you know, we start almost every conversation with, we do things a little different because, and we started this next year, and there's nothing more exciting than to talk about the events that you have coming up, because those events are important to people. I think you told me a while ago that the garage sale is really big. You get 6 or 7 phone calls a day. Are we going to have the garage sale?
Yes, we definitely, people are, getting more and more ready to be out and about. And so those are things we're still looking at, but we hope that we can hold that garage sale and let people get out and about a little more. So we'll be making that decision for sure in probably the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay. I'll tell you what, we found out that this virtual thing, even though personally I came into it dragging my feet and kicking and screaming and hollering, but really it's a pretty good deal now since people have kind of figured it out.
Yeah, definitely COVID has forced us to learn a lot about technology and how to incorporate it into our lives and into our businesses. And what we found at the Chamber, we've found that some of those things are really beneficial. They make meetings go faster. They make better attendance and those type of things. It allows us to reach people that before never could attend a live event because of, maybe being a sole proprietor and can't leave their business, or they drop kids off in the morning and can't come to a coffee. Whatever that is, our virtual meetings were successful in making connections between businesses and the community. And so in 2021, you'll see, as far as the Chamber goes, there'll be a hybrid blend of in-person events that people can attend. Some of them, like our event that we had yesterday, our Wake Up Wednesday event, that was a live event held at the Civic, but we also had a virtual option. So it wasn't a live, we videoed all the content, because great content from all our local leaders from the schools and from the city and county. We had a great presenter, Tony Robine from the MOCAN Partnership, give us an update on just the region's economic development. And those things that people, maybe they couldn't be there in person, but they are able to participate and get that information. So we will, moving forward, you'll see a monthly now, instead of having a virtual event to replace a live event that can't happen, we will actually have some live events and some virtual events to try to cater to the needs of our members on different levels, whatever their comfort level is. We recently did a member survey and really helped us see where people are on the spectrum of events, where they are on how their business is doing. And it's so encouraging that so many of our businesses have not only maintained their business in 2020, like at a same level, many have increased it. And so I think it was good for us to see and just reassure us that our community is strong and moving forward and has rolled with the punches and done what they needed to do. So that's encouraging.
Well, the old song, I was country when country wasn't cool. Because of Facebook Live, the Chamber has been virtual when virtual wasn't cool, because at ribbon cuttings, we actually had Facebook Live and had an opportunity to kind of project and push people out towards those businesses that were joining.
Yeah, we've kind of always been and tried to remain. We still are always looking for how can we get the most benefit for our members, whether that's just getting them exposure, getting them people in the door, letting people know their story. So we talk all the time that if businesses are able to tell their story, why they do what they do, then that creates customers that want to do business with them. And so that's been for the past several years, telling the business's story, telling the story of Neosho, keeping the positives out there. That's what we really focus on, and we really feel like that is a game changer for our community, for our chamber. And through a pandemic, we continued to grow. We continued to help our members in whatever way possible. And last year that meant changing everything we do. And I commend my staff for being creative and working hard every day just to serve our members in whatever need they have.
Well, speaking of changing and doing what you need to do, let's talk about the virtual member meetup for a minute.
Yeah, so that's going to be, it's kind of a new event. We did it a lot right at the first of COVID, just to allow our members, so many of them were working from home with really no outside connections. And what we found from that is that we really reached a lot of people that, like I said earlier, they can't come to the live events. We made really great connections, and we had really positive feedback. One comes to mind, Abe Paint. They're a Joplin business that's a member of our chamber. And, when COVID, they work in people's homes. The first of COVID, it just really shut them down. But Tim was able to jump on our member meetups. He was able to make really good connections with people he didn't know and get back to work at a higher level than they were before. So those are positive stories that we know we can make a difference in whatever environment life throws at us. And so that virtual member meetup will be the first Wednesday of every month online. It'll have the opportunity that everybody that jumps on can, take a minute, tell about their business, introduce themselves, make connections. We may do some breakouts where you have some time to talk to different businesses on a, smaller level. So those are in development, but our first one's next week. So the first Wednesday of every month from 8:30 to 9:30 in the morning, and we'll have those links on our calendar that people can register for that.
Okay, we're getting ready to have an Epic event, and that is an in-person.
Yes. So Epic, if you haven't heard about it, Epic is our kind of our young professional group. So those are businesses that can send their employees that are between 20 and 40. So it's really what we, when in talking to like the school district and businesses that are trying to retain talent, they get people started and then those people move away because they get married and move away. Like, how can we get them involved in their community, introduce them to other young professionals so that they're bought in here and they decide to stay? And so engaging professionals, inspiring change. That's what EPIC stands for. Sorry, I didn't have that written down right in front of me. So, but those events, those members of that group will have monthly events. Some are professional development, some are just social to just get to know each other, and then some will be like tours of industry or the city and different things. So this month is a professional development. It's Color Code. Keisha Doherty, who's amazing, is going to come and present on that. It is a live in-person event. Some of them will probably be virtual if need be, but that event is next week, and it is in person.
We found out that Neosho area is such a great place, and there's all kinds of opportunities out there. But once again, if you're not involved in the chamber, if you're not involved in the great resources the chamber has, you don't know.
Yeah. So that's what, we really tried to pull all of those things together and just let people know about what's going on, definitely.
Yeah, and we've got some leadership training that's coming up, and I tell you, the chamber newsletter is so vitally important because you provide information, anything from vaccines that are coming out to how to conduct this if you're in the midst of the pandemic, how to do this, the payroll protection program. You've got information about that as well. So we really try to pull all those resources together. We always say that we don't have all the answers, definitely. We're not experts in anything, but what we do have is really, really great connections. So whether that's with the Small Business Development Center, whether that's with the Missouri Chamber, the U.S. Chamber, we're members of all these organizations that really have that knowledge. So we can help tie those businesses to the resources they need, or to the bankers that we know that are helping, or to the lawyers and accountants, and really sit down with a business and ask them what's keeping them up at night. What, are you needing help hiring? We have free job postings. Whatever those resources are, we try to tie them together. And so the leadership thing you mentioned, every year we partner with Higher Vision, J.D. Buckridge and his team, to do some leadership training, some marketing training, and that is coming up on the 11th. It's called Next Level Leadership,
It's, you know, 8 to 1:30 event that will be held at the library. It's always so high energy. We always get so much positive feedback from those events. People kind of leave restored and renewed. So we're looking forward to that coming up. And then we'll have another marketing one in March.
Okay. We're talking with Laurie Lyerla, Laurie Lyerla. I'll get it right here in a minute.
It's a tongue
Holy
twister.
cow.
Yeah.
With the Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce. And I want to expand on Neosho area for a minute. Just because you live in Neosho and you have a business outside Neosho, you can still be a member of Neosho
Oh, definitely.
Area Chamber.
You know, we tell businesses all the time, we'll have businesses call, and they may be even out of state or out of Neosho or out in the county or in a close town. And we tell people all the time, like, if you do business in Neosho or want to have an impact on Neosho in some way, then being a member of the Neosho Chamber is a benefit to you. We feel like we can provide that benefit, and especially, you know, we're the largest chamber in Newton County. Really, so a lot of our smaller towns have no representation of a chamber, and we always want them to know that we're here to serve them as well. We have great reach through our website and our social media, and those businesses can access those benefits, can access that. For instance, the chamber benefit plan is a health insurance that is helping so many of our members. Like, we have probably 50 members that are participating in this health insurance benefit plan, and being able to provide their employees and their families with great health insurance. That is probably one of the biggest things that, like I said, keep you up at night.
Sure.
Like, how are we going to do that? And so we've had that now 3 years. It's been, I mean, we have businesses saving anywhere from $500 a month to $100,000 a year because it's such a big impact. So that is for businesses that have between 2 and 50 employees. And so it's that spot that businesses have the most trouble having access to affordable health care. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it really is. And you know what? Within 6 weeks, it's going to be spring.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm
Yeah.
so ready. Let's start planting flowers. I'm ready.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, I'd like for you to come back when we've kind of got some of those plans,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
we need to be outside. We need to be doing those things that make us feel better.
Oh,
Being
yeah.
outside and making things work does that. So will you come back in
I will,
just a few
definitely.
weeks? Okay.
Definitely. We'll be bringing back the bloom that's one of our favorite things to do. So we'll be rolling out those plans. We're going to have a spring golf tournament. You know, some of these outdoor things, I am sure that we will definitely be promoting the Dogwood Tour. You know, there are lots of things, the bike trails. I cannot wait till that stuff starts greening up and we just start talking about all the wonderful things to do in Neosho.
Okay, so we'll come back in just a couple of weeks,
That's
right?
great. Yes, I'll be glad to.
Lori, thank you so much for
Awesome.
being
Thanks for
here.
having me.
Have a great day.
Thanks.